In today's tech world, the number of AI and data products or solutions that are released into the marketplace is astonishing. In the sense that you can even equate that the number of AI tools that we see in the market is similar to the number of TikTok videos that are released every day on social media. But here is the thing, only about 1% of this solution actually breaks into the mainstream market, which means that only a handful actually make millions of monthly recurring revenues. So this got me thinking, if the trick was to build the best AI and data solution, why is it that most of these companies do struggle to get into the market? Uncovering that solution is the main goal of this article titled The Concentric Framework, a go-to-market guide for early-stage AI and data companies. Now, this article is being inspired by one of my favorite author, Peter Thiel, who was one of the first Facebook investor. He said in his book Zero to One, the goal for every startup is to minimize competition and build a monopoly. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the power of focus. One of the things I have realized with so many startups is, yes, you want to think big, you have a vision of solving the world's problem or solving a very gigantic problem. But the thing is, you must start very, very small. You must have the focus as at the beginning of your journey. Let me give you a couple of examples that actually demonstrate why you need to focus, because even the giant companies that we see today, such as Facebook, Amazon, PayPal, they all started very, very small with a focused strategy. Now let's look at Facebook. Today, Facebook is everywhere. We all use Facebook. But it will surprise you to know that Facebook started by connecting only Harvard students. This is very, very important. Facebook started by connecting only students in Harvard. Now, PayPal, we all use PayPal today to transact, to carry out payments. But it should be known that PayPal began by solving payment challenges for eBay power sellers. This is very, very important. Now, the next example I want to give you is Airbnb. We all use Airbnb when we're going for vacation, but Airbnb launched by renting out mattress spaces to conference attendees in New York. This is also another very good example. These examples are here to just to illustrate that even the giant companies that we see today all started with a very focused strategy. Why is focus important to every tech founder? First of all, let's look at your product development. When you have a focus, when you're being strategic, when you're very, very small, it helps you to streamline the features you have to build for your product. You don't want to start by focusing on the whole market. You want to start very small, serving just a few clients so that you should be able to streamline the features that you're going to build for your solution. Now, also for customer development, the fact that you're very, very specific is going to help you with your message. When you're starting, you need to have a laser focused message such that when you say something online or maybe trying to sell your solution to a client, you want the message to be focused. You want the message to resonate with your clients. You don't want to start with a plain message that when you talk to people or when you talk to potential clients, they don't see the value you're bringing into their company. Now, so with that idea of being focused, let's examine the two ways you can use in order to go to market. And I term this under the umbrella framework called the concentric ring framework, which means that when you're going to the market, you need to be able to choose a specific vertical. The vertical will help you to be able to expand your market in concentric rings. I'm going to illustrate that. So the first one is being able to choose an industry niche. This is typical for like ERP systems where you say, okay, I want to serve a specific niche, an industry. So you go and say, okay, maybe I'm going to serve just a specific section of an industry. In this illustration, I kind of use the example of a barbershop management platform. So you see, if you decide that you want to serve barbershops, then you start by looking at what is the critical problem barbershops are having. Maybe you start by looking at client acquisition. So from client acquisition, when you solve client acquisition for the barbershop, you move to the next problem. So when they start having clients coming in, they might need to manage the clients. So you probably want to be a CRS system or something that will help to manage the clients. Then you move to an inventory management system. So maybe they also have maybe they have stuff they are selling. They deal with products they have to sell to the clients. You might want to build the next model, which is an inventory management system. And again, you move to the next layer, which is the finance system, the tax system, and maybe an e-commerce model. So you clearly see that in this industry, in this vertical industry concentric go-to-market framework, your goal is to be able to choose a specific sector or niche of an industry and focus on that industry, and you solve the problem step by step. So you go in concentric rings. So this is one of the ways you can go to market with your initial idea. So in this strategy or in this framework, you probably have to understand the industry, right? The niche. So maybe you have a very good understanding of the specific niche you want to focus on. So if you're choosing barber shops, then you need to know that you need to know the inside out of a barber shop. And this strategy is also good in the sense that you don't care, you only focus on one specific industry niche, and you spend your whole life only solving problems around that niche. So this is a very good example. Most ERP systems are designed like this, but the problem with some of the ERP system is they want to serve some different verticals. But with this strategy, you choose one specific industry niche and you focus in solving their problems end to end. Now, the next strategy of the vertical concentric ring is you choose a market niche. So when we talk about market, this thing about market, it's sometimes confusing, but I want to say that when we talk about market, it's just you are solving a specific problem for a group of diverse customers. For example, a market can be a payment solution. A market can be an inventory management platform. A market can be a CRM system. A market can be, anything that it's solving a problem for a diverse group of clients. So you can use example. You can say, for example, a market of the market of the inventory management system. You can build a solution today that will work for barber shops, tomorrow for maybe a warehouse in the medical sector, or maybe for a logistic company. So it's all about choosing a market which can be diverse, can cross across diverse customers. So you see in this example, I have an inventory management system. So I start by building an inventory management system that will work for wine processing units. So when I build that system, I focus on building a system for them. Then I move to the next layer, which is all beverage processing plants. You know that wine is part of the beverage. So, but you now move to the beverage processing plants. You solve the inventory management system for them. You now move to food, and you now move to processing. So in this case, you see that your solution or your market is specific, which is just inventory management. You're not thinking of client acquisition. You are not thinking of maybe a payment solution. You are not thinking of something else. You just have your one solution, which is your inventory management system, and you're solving for clients. Like as you are moving in the concentric rings vertically, you're solving for a broader, diverse group of customers. So the trick here is be specific about your solution. Then you choose one segment at a time, and you grow in concentric rings. This framework is ideal for people that you do understand the market, so you have a good understanding of inventory management or maybe a payment solution. A good example for that is like PayPal, right? If you're thinking of a payment solution, PayPal started with just eBay sellers, but now PayPal is everywhere. You and I can use that payment system in order to in order to do financial transactions. So depending on your use case, depending on the approach you want to take, there is no good or bad solution or approach. It's all about which framework you want to choose. So I gave this table where you can actually, it helps you to be able to choose which of the framework you want to focus on. So for example, for the industry focus and for the market focus, the goal is to solve for the inventory focus. The goal is to solve a diverse problem for one industry. So you're specific to an industry. Why for the market focus, you solve one specific problem in our example was the inventory management solution across diverse industries. For expertise, you are required to have deep knowledge about the industry. So if you think you want to solve for barber shops or maybe for medical logistic companies, you must understand the inside out of that specific niche. But for market focus, it requires you to have a strong understanding of the problem itself. So you clearly see these are different aspects you need to consider when choosing: do you want to focus on industry or you want to focus on the market? So just to wrap up, so again, when you're going to the market, the whole idea is no matter which of the frameworks you choose, you really, really have to start very, very small. That is the whole idea. Start very small, choose one specific small area, and make sure you're able to solve for that specific area before you start looking at the entire market. You cannot solve for the entire market from day one. You need to have a strategy how you can live from that small area where you have started and you move to a larger concentric ring just above your starting point. And with time, you'll be monopolizing your market or your industry. And at one time, at a certain time, you will gain the whole market share. So this idea of going to the market is just one of the four main laws you need to understand in order to take your very good AI and data product to the market. So the other three laws, I framed the three laws into my framework called the AI and Data Business Innovation and Growth Marketing Framework, where you will be able, as a tech founder, to secure 2 to 5 high ticket clients every month, or scale your acquisition even with a basic MVP, okay, or even without having a marketing and sales team. So this framework is free. You should grab a copy now and read the order and get into understanding the four key laws you need to understand when it comes to taking your solution to the market. So this article is currently on LinkedIn. I'm going to place the link to the article in this video description, and also the link to this framework where you'll be able to understand the four key laws of taking your solution to the market. So make sure you go to the video description and grab those links. Thank you.